Hey guys, it's me, Kidepi. So yeah, this was supposed to be posted on Friday or Saturday night. It was supposed to be filmed for sure by Friday. It is in fact Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I'm gonna try and post this tonight, if not tomorrow, which is Wednesday. Um, yeah, some shit happened. So this is coming out late. And by shit happened, I mean something happened Friday, and then I just could not be bothered. Okay. I was exhausted. I was done with everything. We're doing it tonight. Okay. Cool. So, anyways, let's get started. Okay, I have my little script like last year. By the way, this is my third year doing a book plan and my second year talking about my New Year's resolutions. So yay! We'll probably add a little applause sound. This keeps falling off my freaking lap. Okay, I'm not talking super loudly because somebody's doing something outside my room and I'm terrified. Not really, by the way, clarification. Okay, let's get into it. We're gonna start with my New Year's resolutions and get those out of the way. And then we're going to talk about my last year's book plan, what books I read from that, what books I didn't read from that. And then we're going to go into my this year's book plan, okay? And technically I've already started it, and I will talk about that when I get there. Okay. So my New Year's resolutions for this year is like really easy. It's like 5 of them, okay? And it's going to be finishing my book plan. For the 3 years I've been doing this, I have not finished a book plan, okay? This is the closest I've gotten, okay? And I'll show you guys, obviously, in a second, to finishing a book plan. I did really well this year, actually, which is fantastic. But yeah, I really want to finish my book plan this year. I think that would be really fun, really, like, I don't know, it just make me feel great, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to commit to working out, which, yes, basic New Year's resolution. Oh my god, you're going to go to the gym, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to the gym tomorrow. But here's the thing. I want to become a firefighter. I changed my degree to fire science technology. It's an applied sciences degree. That is I'm majoring in fire science technology. And I want to join the fire academy. I want to train for the fire academy to become a firefighter. I have nothing, okay? I'm weak as I don't know, I'm just weak, okay? I'm weak as fucking shit, okay? So we're going to commit to working out this year because I need to. I don't know, like, that's not only why I do want to, like, feel healthier and, like, I don't feel great, you know? But, like, not that you, like, have to, like, work out. I'm not doing this to, like, lose weight. I probably will, but do y'all know what I'm saying? It's okay, moving on. We're moving on. My next New Year's resolution is that I want to post at least 2 videos a month. Yes, that is very bold for me, and I probably should say 1, but we're going to say 2. Say 2. So my plan is to post on Fridays. You will for sure get a video 2 Fridays a month, okay? At least. I want to try and film throughout the month. I want to try and do like a bunch of stuff. If that doesn't work out, you will at least get 2 videos a month on a Friday, okay? That is... Harass me if I don't do it. Like, please. But yeah, posting at least 2 videos a month. I want to try and post more, but we're giving myself 2 videos. That is my grace, okay? My grace period for myself is 2 videos. I want to thrift more. I love going to the thrift store. I love looking for cassettes and CDs and things like that. Almost all of my CDs are from the thrift store. All of my cassettes, except for 3 of them, are from the thrift store. I love thrifting, okay? Especially for music, like physical, like my radio, my cassette player radio, which I don't know why the cassette part doesn't work anymore, and I might have to, like, fix that. But not the point. The point being, I want to thrift more. I want to thrift for cool clothes too, obviously. I got some really cute Michael Kors shoes, okay? Like actual Michael Kors shoes. But yeah, I want to thrift more. I just think that would be really fun, you know? And then my final New Year's resolution for the year is I want to cosplay more. I love cosplay. I've been doing it since I was 14. I've been doing it on TikTok. I've posted photos. It's so fun. I primarily, for the longest time, was cosplaying Virgil Sanders from Sanders Eyes. Yes, hello, my namesake. No, wait, is that how that phrase works? I named myself after the character, okay? That's the whole point I'm trying to make, like, okay? Anyways, I cosplayed him for so long, and, like, I cosplayed it, Deku is my second cosplay I think I've ever cosplayed. And then I think the third one was Tails. So I haven't cosplayed very many characters, if I remember correctly. And I would love to cosplay more characters, but specifically, I do want to focus more on the 3 cosplays I've done. Deku, I need to work on that cosplay. Don't like any of those videos, and I'm probably going to private all of those, okay? Tails, I actually don't mind. It's a very cute cosplay. I might work on different variations of the cosplay, because I like the little idea of the pigtails I did, things like that, but I might change some things, I might not, I might do both. We'll see, okay? I might get new foxtails. I want big foxtails, because tails, right? So anyways, I want to cosplay more this year. We're going to try for that. I cosplayed every January for 2 years, and then I haven't, the rest of the year, and I think that's a really funny thing I've done 2 years in a row. But anyways, yeah, that is my New Year's resolutions for this year, and hopefully we will get them done. If you guys want me to talk about the ones from last year and which ones I did and then do the same for these ones next year, let me know. I'll do that. It gives me something to film so I can give you guys 2 videos a month. Okay, let's move on to my book plan. So my book plan from last year was, hold on. Okay, so my book plan from last year was Different Not Less by Chloe Hayden, You'll Get Through This Night by Dan Howell, Once Upon a Toad, which I have the books right here. Who is that by? Oh god, hold on. Oh, okay, I took the cover off of this book. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm so good at things, guys. Next was Once Upon a Toad by Heather Bogle Frederick? I don't know how to pronounce that, but yeah, that's there. Then St. Lucy's Home for Girls Raised by Wolves by Karen Russell. Sorry, that one was a bunch of short stories, by the way, and it was not good. Sorry. And then The Prophet by, who is this by? I can't pronounce that. I'm so fucking sorry. And then of course Animal Farm by George Orwell, and then Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. You guys are just hearing my voice right now. I'm so sorry. I should have rehearsed this or something. As well as Murder on the Orient Express by, of course, why did I just forget her name? Agatha Christie. Jesus Christ, I know who Agatha Christie is, I promise. I'm gonna fix that in a second. And then both the My Hero Academia books, what the fuck am I saying? What am I saying right now? My Hero Academia manga 2 and 3, because I've had them on my list for 4 years maybe, still have not read them. Yeah, spoiler alert, I didn't read those. I don't actually remember if Perks of Being a Wallflower was on my list from last year. It's not listed on here, so I'm going to assume not. But I added it, I guess, later in the year. So yeah. Anyways, so the books I did read this year. Actually, we're gonna do the books I didn't read this year, because like I said, this is the first time that I've read almost the entirety of my book plan, which is exciting, by the way. I've never done that. That's so exciting. But, so, we're gonna fix these real quick. Okay, it's all fixed. But, the 4 I didn't read was Perks of Being a Wallflower. I really want to read this one, but this is one I'm gonna have to read on my own at home. Not I typically read at work for clarification, and this one I do feel like I'm gonna get very emotional over, and I don't want to read this at work and get emotional at work, okay? I do want to read this book. I might try and find the time to read it this year, but we will see. I don't know yet. But yeah, this one I didn't read if this was originally on my book plan. We're doing this first because I don't remember if it was on my book plan. And yes, I could just go back and watch it right now. I did that and I still don't remember. But yeah, I didn't read this one. I did purposefully get the one that was the solid, I love this cover, okay? Yes, the cover is kind of fucked up. Book talk people are gonna attack me. I'm trying to take care of my books. I'm not very good at it. Also, I bend the spine. Yeah. Anyways, the next ones are, of course, the 2 and 3 mangas for My Hero Academia. I thought I was gonna read them when I was super hyper fixated on My Hero for, the longest time, the end of last year. which always happens. Like, that's just some of my hyperfixations have like a routine, and it's always that time that I hyperfixate on it. I dropped one. I did not, in fact, end up reading these, which is a little disappointing because I've been wanting to read the manga, but it's like my brain cannot latch on to this, okay? I've tried so desperately. It doesn't work. And then the final one. Yeah, only 4, guys. Only 4 of these. That's so exciting. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books, only 4 of them went unread, okay? And technically, one of them wasn't even on the list. So I guess 11 books, maybe. I don't know. Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. So, I wanted to read this book really badly. I did costumes for my college's performance of Murder on the Orient Express. I loved it. Oh my god. I want to see more Agatha Christie plays. I desperately want to see The Mousetrap. My genuine dream is to see The Mousetrap on the West End version of The Mousetrap, okay? Like, genuinely, I want to see it so badly. Oh my god. I did an entire, presentation on The Mousetrap for one of my classes when I was doing a theater degree. I fell in love with the play. I desperately want to see it. Oh my god, I want to see that plot twist in real life, please. I never want it to become a movie. But I desperately I really wanted to read this, okay? I loved the play. I loved doing costumes for it. I wanted to, read it. So, I have a hard time reading her books. Not her scripts, her books. I think there's some books that my brain can't properly latch onto the way I want them to. So I can't. And that sucks, and I might try reading this again at some point, but for some reason, unfortunately, I could not read it, and I'm so upset about it. So this one, I didn't end up reading. I tried reading it, couldn't do it. Unfortunately, yeah. So, yeah. Now, on to the ones I did read this year, okay? Only one of them, by the way, was outside of the book plan, and we'll get to that when we get to that, okay? I only read 1 book outside of my book plan this year, y'all. Aren't you proud of me? But the first one I read was Different Not Less by Chloe Hayden. Honestly, a really good book. I had been wanting to read it since she released the book, and I finally got it, and I finally got around to reading it. And it was a really good book, okay? Honestly, it took me a while to read. But still, it was a genuinely good book, and I enjoyed reading it, and there was a lot of stuff I could relate to. Overall, totally recommend reading it, to be honest. These are not very detailed reviews, by the way, if you're new here. Yeah, my meds have worn off. I take Strattera. Spoiler alert, ADHD meds. They're not in my system anymore. It is 9 p.m. I don't know if you couldn't see that. Okay. 9 p.m. I might leave some of this in. But yeah, these reviews aren't going to be very detailed, but Different Not Less was actually a really good book. I very much enjoyed it. I related to a lot of the stuff in it as somebody with both autism and ADHD. And even if you don't have those, it's a good book to read. If your kid has it, if your friend has it, if your partner, I totally recommend getting it and reading it. Obviously, not everybody's going to be the same. And I feel that book does mention that a lot. But I think it's good information from the book, you know? The next one is You Will Get Through This Night by Daniel Howell. If you don't know who that is, he's a YouTuber. Fantastic. Love him. Love Dan and Phil. I loved this book. Oh my god. I loved it. There's not much else I can say. Again, the last one had really good, things I already was doing and using and things like that. And stuff I learned to use from it. It's such a good book. It's a mental health book. And it's so good. And I totally recommend it, okay? Oh my gosh. I have another version, by the way, of this book. This one I bought a new version because I couldn't find my old one, and because it has brand new material from COVID, or after COVID, I believe. But I totally think I'm going to reread those 2 books again. They're so good. And now, for the book that was outside of my book plan, okay? Which was Starfire. Which, if you don't know, is a part of the Teen Titans graphic novels. There is, to my knowledge, only 4 right now, including this one. It is Raven, Beast Boy loves Raven, 5, Robin or Robins, and then Starfire. I have a lot of opinions about this graphic novel. I loved the first 3 so much. They're so good. I think they did the characters well. They're just so good. I don't like the last two. This one's not bad, okay? I will say this one was a very good read and it was fun to read. I just felt like it was very rushed, in my opinion, okay? I still enjoyed it. I don't know if the Teen Titans one is out yet. I might get that one. Let me know if you guys want like a full, like, extended, like, review of this graphic novel series, because I will totally do it. I will have to reread it, of course, and I don't mind doing that. Because it's been a while anyways, but I have bought the new ones as soon as when I could. Like, I've typically pre-ordered them. And it wasn't bad, okay? I did love the storyline. I did love what they did with Starfire's character. I love what she did. I thought it was rushed, and that's what's been making me upset about Starfire. Robin, I have my own opinions on that I won't get into because I will talk forever about it. Again, let me know if you want a video about that. But yeah, this one is the one book I read outside of my book plan. It wasn't a bad book. I will say I loved it. It was fun to read. Again, I just didn't like the pacing for it. I just thought it was too fast. But again, I loved the book. I just feel like I keep needing to reiterate that because it's a good book, okay? The next one on my book plan is Once Upon a Toad. Which you're probably like, what is that, Virgil? What the hell is that? So it is a kid's book. It is in fact a kid's book. Once Upon a Toad. About a girl who starts spewing toads, and her stepsister that she hates and that hates her back starts spewing diamonds and flowers. I loved this book as a kid. I would frequently go to the library, check this book out, and read it like once a week. Every week. And you're probably thinking, well, why wouldn't you just keep renewing the thing for the book? Because my parents would give it back after I finished reading it, and then we'd go to the library again, and then I would just get the book again. You're probably also thinking, well, then why wouldn't they buy you a copy? We couldn't find one. We couldn't find one. I also, for the longest time, could not remember the name of this book when I got, like, older, and so desperately I was Googling, and this name, like, this book lived rent-free in my head, desperate to come out. I Googled everywhere, and I could not find the name. Oh my god. And then I finally figured it out, and I love this book. It's so cute. And, like, honestly, if you have I would say, 8 to, 13. See, in my opinion, I don't think you're too old to read kids' books, but if you think you have a kid, okay, if you have a kid, and they're, interested in reading, bigger chapter books, this is a decent-sized chapter book for a kid. I honestly recommend it. It's a really cute book, honestly. Obviously, if you want to read it beforehand, do that. Go to the library. I remember being at the library. Again, it's called Once Upon a Toad. Can you read that? I'm gonna assume you guys can. No? Okay, whatever. But I totally recommend it. I love it. It's a good kid's book, and it was so cute, and I totally enjoyed reading. Finally getting around to rereading this book from my childhood, and it was a good nostalgia trip for me. Also, I took off the dust cover, and I painted the back with nail polish. I swear I was, 15, and no, that doesn't make it better. I don't know, okay? We've already established book talk is gonna get me. Okay, they're gonna get me. Anyways, I'm so sorry. This video is everywhere, and it's gonna be so fucking long. I'm so fucking sorry. Anyways, the next book was St. Lucy's Home for Girls Raised by Wolves by Karen Russell. So, originally I got this one because I read the original, short story that the title is from in freshman year of high school. I remember really liking the short story, and it was one of, it was really easy to escape into, blah, blah, blah. I loved the short story. So I got this book because I thought it was going to be just the short story. It wasn't. It was a bunch of her short stories. And I don't know exactly when this came out, okay? It felt very racist. And maybe I'm too woke, or maybe I'm just misunderstanding it, and obviously, if y'all read it, let me know. But there were so many of the parts about it that I just felt wrong reading, and it gave me the ick. I didn't like this book. I'm gonna be so for real. I didn't even like the short story I bought this for. That one felt really bad to read. And maybe I got it wrong, and maybe it's you're supposed to realize that these aren't necessarily gray, and maybe I'm completely misunderstanding it, okay? Maybe that's what it was. Somebody tell me if that's what it was. But, yeah. So that was an interesting read. Cool. This thing's gone through it also. I'm pretty sure this one, I've had this for a while too. I think I got this when I was 17. I'm 21, by the way. Yeah, it's been a while. But, yeah. The next one was The Prophet, which, fun fact, for whatever reason, I wasn't aware that it was a book of poems. Yeah, I'm a little dumb. Yeah, honestly, it says poet, philosopher, and artist on the back. I should have read the back, honestly. But it was good. I liked the poems. I think I had a hard time following along with the storyline that these poems made, and I might have to reread this or Google it. I will say this took me like a day to read, and that was because I read it at work. Because they're poems. Like, it's not even like it's bad, it's so easy to read. No, they're poems. It's not gonna take you that long to read if you're reading this like a book. And maybe that was like the mistake I made, you know? But it was I liked it. Not much to say about it, honestly. Not even in a like derogatory way. There's not much for me to say, you know? Next, this one I read closer to the end of the year, and technically the one after that I read the beginning of the year, and I'll explain that in a second, okay? But this was the last book I read for this year. Not this year, sorry, last year, 2025, was Animal Farm by George Orwell. I read this my freshman year of high school. This was the first time I ever read this book. It's a very relevant book. I think everybody should read this book. It is a good book. There's not much more you could say. Themes about it are good. Everything about this book is very relevant to today's world, and I think everybody should read it. This one took me a while to read for some reason, though. I will say that much. Like, I don't know if it's because I was only reading this at work or what, but it took me a while to read, which is so weird. But again, I totally recommend anybody to read this book. It's good. Has a lot of themes that you can relate back to today's world, which is honestly unfortunate if you learn the history about this book after you read it. Like, it's so good. George Orwell books, to my extensive knowledge of just this book, honestly, and like the reviews I've seen of other ones, are really good. I want to read more of his books. But yeah. I actually think 1984 was on my book plan from last year, and I have that, spoiler alert, on my current one, but I'm probably missing some books, to be honest, from my last year's book plan. I should have done this better, I know. This one's more chaotic than last year's, and significantly longer. Anyways, Good Omens. So I forgot the author's name for the really crappy things that happened. Don't ask why I'm suddenly no longer cussing. The really shitty things that happened, okay? And I got him confused with Neil Druckmann, the guy who created The Last of Us. I was like, wait a minute, no, that's not right, after I bought it. So, after I also bought the audiobook too, because that's how I read this book. So, yeah. I don't have a good excuse for that. Honestly, knowing my luck, like, so many of the books I have right now are by really shitty people. So, anyways, I listened to this. I got the audiobook that was like done by the actors from the show. I listened to it that way. I don't know if you count that as reading. Overall, I enjoyed the story. It's actually pretty like solidly with the show and stuff, to like the first season, obviously. I enjoyed the book for the most part. Like, it was cute. It made me laugh. There were some scenes with Curly and Aziraphale that I loved. But yeah, if you count that as reading, I read it. But if you're wondering why I didn't just actually read it like the other ones, the words are tiny, and I'm a little worried about two of the books in my next one, but the words were tiny, and I like a lot. It was a lot on a page, and this was like the first year I was really getting into my books for sure. Like, I knew I was going to, but yeah. So that was all the books from last year's book plan. This video is already 23 minutes long. I might have to make this 2 parts. Oh my god. We will see. Yeah, we will see. And now on to this year's book plan, which again, I'm very excited for. So, again, this video was very late, and I'm switching hands. Jesus, my hand hurts. ASMR. bad ASMR. The rest of my knuckles cracked. But I've already started this year's book plan. And by that, I mean, I started it 3 days ago, and I'm already almost done with my first book. Like, I have this much left. That's the fastest I've read a book, by the way. All of this is at work, okay? If I wasn't working, I'd probably be done with this book. And that is the fastest I've read a book since I was a kid. And a little bit of a clarification, I was a gifted kid. I was at a college, level of reading and understanding and comprehension when I was 6 or 7. I could read so fucking well, okay? I was a gifted kid when it came to reading in English and things like that. I was a bookworm as a kid. I constantly read. My parents would ground me from books. They couldn't ground me from TV. That didn't do anything. They grounded me from books. And you're probably thinking, oh, that's abuse. Why would they? No, you don't understand. Also, they didn't ground me for long, okay? It was a few days. It was a week, okay? But yeah, because nothing else worked, they would ground me from books. Yeah. I think it's funny. I don't know. It was funny at the time, too, by the way. I'm not really traumatized from that or some shit. That's not why I stopped reading. No, I got burnout, okay? I got burnout. That's why I stopped reading for so long. At least actual books. I read fanfiction a lot. But anyways, first book is Rebel Robin. I've had this book for a while. I had this since 2021, 2022. Whenever season 4 of Stranger Things came out, that's how long I've had this. Because I got really I finally got around to watching it when season 4 came out, by the way. I'm not gonna lie to y'all and say, oh, I've been a fan since it came out, blah, blah, blah. No. That's the bookmark. I didn't have any interest at the time of, watching it. And then I was like, okay, you know what? I saw a bunch of clips on it. It looks interesting. I loved Robin from the start. I was hoping she was gonna be in season 1, but no, she wasn't, and it's fine. I love Steve. Steve and Robin are my favorite characters, okay? I love them. And I have watched the new season totally legally. Totally legally. For legal, actual reasons. That is a joke. I have been watching it legally. But I love this, okay? I will say, it took me until this year to read this. Because my brain will hyperfixate on things, and then I'll get, things associated with it, and, books and stuff, and then suddenly I'll start to read it, and then I'll be like, I don't want to read this. This is really boring. I don't want to read it. Which is why I think I'll be able to read an Agatha Christie book at some point, because I started this and I got right into it. Again, it's been 3 days and I'm already almost done with this book, which is crazy for me. And I'm excited about that. I don't know. I'm genuinely excited about that, and I'm really hoping that means good news for my new book plan, you know? But I will say I did, an idiot, listen to the podcast, the Associated podcast first. So I had no, this was when, I first hyperfixated, a few years ago, okay? No context. I'm gonna try listening to it again, with the context after I finish reading this. I don't know, but I love the book, honestly. So far, I love this book. I think it's just, I love Robin. I love Maya Hawke. Oh my god. In love with her, low-key. But, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty solid. The next book on my book plan this year is The House of My Mother by Sherry Frankie. If you don't know who Sherry Frankie is, she was a childhood influencer, okay? And it's a whole story. Look into it. Very tragic thing that happened, and I've been wanting to get this book since it came out. I got it. I'm gonna read it. Yeah, I'm honestly intrigued by this. I feel like saying excited is inappropriate in this scenario, but for lack of a better word, I'm excited to read this. But yeah, that is the next one in my book plan. The one after that, oh my god, I'm so excited about this, guys. It's Batman and Robin Year 1, which, yes, okay, I can hear you all halting in your seats or whatever. It's a comic book, yes. Technically, Starfire is a graphic novel, okay? This one's a comic book. I'm aware. I'm still gonna read it. It's still part of my book plan. It's a book. Comic books are books. They say book in the name, okay? I'm so sorry. Novels and books, they're books. But I'm gonna read this. I'm so excited to read this like genuinely, Dick Grayson has been my favorite Robin since I was a little kid. Okay, I watched the original early 2000s Teen Titans and I fell in love with this character. I love Dick Grayson Robin. Oh my god. And that love has just grown and grown and grown. Nightwing, Dick Grayson, I love him. There's 2 of his quotes that I've debated getting tattooed onto my body, but I don't know where I would put them, so I haven't. Okay, I love him. And I love him as Robin. I love Batman and Robin in this scenario. I have my own personal opinions about Bruce Wayne. Okay, again, that could be a video on its own. I would have to remember being separate thing. But I heard about this and I had to stop myself from finding a way to read these because I found out that this was going into an entire volume, and I pre-ordered it and I'm so excited that I got it, and I've had to stop myself from just opening it up and reading it. I'm so excited, guys. Oh my god. I'm so excited for this. I cannot wait to read this. I love Dick Grayson Robin. I love Batman. I love them both. Oh my god. When Dick Grayson is Robin and yeah, okay, I'm so excited, okay? You don't understand how excited. Well, you probably do if you can hear okay, so the next one I'm gonna have to censor, so hold on. If you can't read what this says unbelievably censored. If you get that joke, comment, I guess. I don't know. Thank you. But if you can't read the bottom, it says notes. I think you can probably confer what the first one says. Okay, we're gonna censor myself entirely. Notes is what it's called. Okay. I heard about this book a while ago. I've been wanting to read this book for a while. I've heard about it a while ago. And the reason I asked my parents to let me read it, and the reason they would not let me get this book for the longest time was because they were unclear on what it was about and they didn't want to go anything past the title. I have mental health issues. I have struggled with it for years. It got especially worse when I was 13, and it's taken a while for me to get to the point where I'm at now. I don't know much about what this book is about. I'm very interested, and I think I'll cry reading this book, I'm sure. But I've heard a lot of really positive things about this book, so I want to read it. Yeah. The next book is shocking everybody that I haven't read this, even myself, okay? The Diary of Anne Frank. I've never read this book. I know who Anne Frank is. Clarification that I do know who Anne Frank is. I know the importance that she has in everything. I know how tragic and sad her story is. I've never read this. I went to a Christian private school that was a little weird. More than a little weird. It was weird, okay? I never read a lot of books that kids read in 7th, 8th grade, freshman year. This wasn't offered in my high school, for a reading thing. I think it might have been that I chose something else, but not the point. The point being, it might have been offered to me once to read, and I didn't. I want to read this now. I've been wanting to read it for a while, but I'm reading it this year. And again, it is a very sad and tragic story. Again, I think this is another book that I will definitely cry reading. But yeah. Next on my book list, this one's a really long one, oh my god, is Fahrenheit 451. Again, this is another book I don't know too much about. It's a Ray Bradbury book. Fahrenheit 451, I've heard a lot of really good things about. Okay, I've heard Animal Farm in 1984, it is very accurate to today's world, essentially. And honestly, I've just heard more positive than negative for this book. So I've been wanting to read it. And I finally got it, and I'm gonna finally read it. Yeah, again, I'm very, excited to read it. I'm very excited to, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. The next book in my list is Speak. This is also a movie. I want to read the book before I watch the movie. It covers a lot of rough topics, I know that much. It's, from what I know, it's a really good book. I know that I've heard a lot of mixed, feelings about, the movie compared to the book. A lot of people say that it's really good in comparison. A lot of people say it can't compete. A lot of people say that about books, though. Let's be honest. But yeah. The next one. Okay. I am low-key excited for this one. Like, my name's Virgil, okay? If you haven't caught up on that. If you haven't watched any of my other videos, I also just don't mention my name a lot. I go by Kadapi. That's kind of what I do with my YouTube. My name's Virgil, if you don't know. Hi. I got it from Sandersides, and also, I'm a liar, okay? I'm not a liar, I did get it from that. I tell people I got it from Inferno, Dante's Inferno, and The Roman Poet. I got it from Sandersides. Most people clock that immediately, too. But I am going to read Dante's Inferno. I was originally going to get the entirety of the Divine Comedy, but then I was like, well, what if I don't like the first part? What if I don't like the first part? And then I'm like, okay, then I have to read like the entirety of it. And if I like this one, I'll get the next part, okay? If I remember correctly, there's only 2 parts. I might be wrong. Yeah, but I'm excited to read this. I have been intrigued by this for a while now, like the very concept of it, the fact that it's Dante's being led through the, I think it was 9 circles of hell, like, yeah, it's an interesting concept. I want to read it, so I'm gonna read it. That's just all there is to it for that one. Again, I think this next one was on my book plan for next year, but again, I kind of completely forgot everything from my book plan from next year, what am I saying? 1984 by George Orwell. I originally was going to read this last year. I did not end up reading it last year. Again, the words are very tiny, so I'm a little worried about that, but I will put in the effort to read this, okay? Yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about this book. It's very good. I know it used to be, like, common curriculum, like reading curriculum for schools a few years ago. I don't know if it's just my schools were weird or what, but I've never read this. I vaguely heard about it in passing, and I didn't understand the importance of it. I don't remember, like, a lot of the stuff from it, like, that I've heard. I'm excited to read this because of the importance, the relevance to nowadays, which is unfortunate that books from that long ago are relevant now. Okay, sorry, one of my parents kept walking past my door, and it makes me nervous when they do that, as if they don't know I actively film YouTube stuff. Like, whatever. The last book of my book plan. Lord of the Flies. Yes, I sound like I'm reading. I'm in an English class this year, apparently, because all of these sound like from a high school English class. Like, well, not all of them, but a lot of them. Most of them. Probably all of them, let's be honest. Lord of the Flies. I had the opportunity to read this my freshman year of high school. It was this, one other book, and the Unwind book. Like, the first book on the Unwind series. If you don't know what that is, a fantastic book series. I recommend reading the first one. I haven't read the other ones, so I can't give you an opinion on those ones. The first one is so good, though, and I've been dying to reread it. The last time I read that book, by the way, I was 13, 14, and I reread that book so many times. I completely read that book in like a week ahead of schedule for my class. Like, I was in a little group. That's not the point. The point being, I had the option to read this. I didn't my freshman year of high school. I've heard vaguely what it's about, and I want to read it. I don't know. It just seems interesting. Yeah, that's kind of all there is to that. That's not like the definitive order I'm probably going to go into for my book plan. Pretty sure a lot of the ones from last year were out of order, but for sure, this is the books I'm reading. I'm very excited to finish Rebel Robin. I'm going to try and finish that tonight, if not tomorrow night. Yeah, that is my book plan for 2026 and my New Year's resolutions. This video is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. We will see how long it is after I cut out so much stuff, and maybe I'll post a separate bloopers video on my TikTok, or I'll post it here. We'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will hopefully see you in a week or two. We will see, of course. Yeah, that was all. Like, subscribe. Bye.